And we're recording. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, boys and girls, all genders in between, my friends, my family, bulls and bears. I hope you guys are doing all right. Now, the thing that is looking all right, of course, is our Bitcoin chart over here. It's looking rather dashing. Looking at where we came from yesterday, yesterday, I did say that we could expect a little bit of a pullback, especially if we were going to reject the yellow zone. What happened was that we pulled back almost, well, actually just touching the EMA 144, and that actually served as well as support. Now, we do have a little bit of a move up, and the question is, are we going to see continuation out of this thing? So let's just dive right in. I will roll the intro, and then I will see you guys in a jiffy. Nice, nice. So let me smoothen my throat. And then we can do this. So I'm not going to remove all those boxes over here because actually I do really like them. The one thing that I would like to draw your attention to is that this high zone over here on the 1 hour time frame, which actually comes from here, so I don't know how far we can still trust this read, but the RSI level over here comes at 45,933. So I marked it off with a yellow ray over here. We're just gonna keep it in mind for now. The one thing that I want to analyze is this one over here, the local high, and then of course maybe this local low over here, and this local low we're gonna reevaluate and see where it is coming in. Finally, I think I'm just going to leave this as it is because this is a very valid support line. And yeah, then we can do a little bit of analysis. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't find the word. Now, first things first, before we get started, looking at the stochastics, looks like there is a little bit of a trend popping up right here. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on this line, see if the stochastics are going to break and stay in the high zone, or if they are going to reject this area and put some pressure down again. Then again, you know, pressure down, it might be caught up on each and any of those areas over here. So we're going to take a look at these as well to see where potential bullish areas could be popping up, and then yeah, after that we will think about some sort of a strategy how we can set up for the rest of the day, or at least the rest of the 24 hours to come, because we do this thing every day. So first things first, we're going to look at this high range over here, this one over here. The RSI on the 1 hour time frame is sitting only at 70.3. So we're going to have a look at this to see where this leads us. And this didn't change too much. This is going up to 52,600. So let's drag this up. 52,600, and it's actually lining up almost with the orange zone, which is rather interesting. I'm going to drag this up a little bit as well because we want this on the closing of the high closing of the candle. There we go, we got this one done. Now I'm also going to drag this up to the next level. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to have a look at the low end over here. The low end over here And maybe on the higher time frames, we're gonna have a look at this one over here as well. Not that I think that this one is going to be a big issue, but you know, never say never. This is the land of cryptocurrencies, and if you're not ready for the worst, then you might be in for a surprise sometimes. And yeah, that's what day trading is all about. You know, we're playing on volatility, and you know, what leads to volatility also leads to sometimes the unpredicted happening. And you know, yeah, we just got to get ready for it. So the low end over here, this area is sitting at 41.3. So let's do this. We hit 41.3, and this would be 49,737. So yeah, basically again, just closing a lower low over here would do it to put pressure to the downside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a horizontal ray over here just to mark this area off. There we go. Good. Now let's look at this one over here. I think I already had it done, but let's just redo it. It's 33.2 and this one is 35.2. So let's go with 34.2, somewhere smack in the middle. 34.2. And this would be 48,800. So yeah, more or less in line with EMA 377. Actually rather interesting as well, wouldn't you think? So we got these two. This is done. And then this one, I would just use the area serving as a support line somewhere like here. This is looking good. And then we go over to the 3-hour chart, and we're going to have a look at this area over here to see if this one still lines up. We got 28 on the RSI. 28. And this would be 45,348. Now, isn't this interesting? This area is getting wider. So a lot more potential for price to be picked up over here. Not that I'm really hoping for it. I would rather be hoping never ever to see this area in the short term again. But you know, hope and all these things, you know, we don't feed off of hopium. We just go level by level, and that's the way to stay in the game. Now, the high end over here, I think for this one, we're going to have to go to the 5-hour chart. Yeah, what do you say? This could be good. 77.5. That's the one we need to take. And this gives us instant token. Cool. So guys, if you're in the chat, in the live stream, I'm sorry, and you want some free tokens, this is your code. Go to get.instant.com and use the code WO-245FE. 245FE. So yeah, let's keep going. 56,560. Let's use the double click. Beautiful. Beautiful. It just snagged on. Perfect. Sometimes it's good to be lucky. Oh, let's reset this over here. That's beautiful. And so yeah, basically this is more or less it. This is beautiful. We did it. a beautiful new chart. Except for this area. I really don't like this area. Let's go down to the 3-hour chart and let's see if we can do something with this local high over here. This was 72.44. Oh, 72.44, and we get 53,200. Okay, this looks more like it. And let's let this more like here, more down, and bring this up to 53,250. Okay, there we go. And let's do this. Beautiful. All right. Okay, so basically, and I'm going to remove this one. I don't think we're gonna need it. So basically, seeing the price move up inside the yellow and the brown, the orange zone, there still could be a potential for a rejection and then pressure down, bringing us down to the next level, potentially over here. And yeah, I don't believe we're gonna dive a lot lower than this. If we dive down, I'm leaning more to some more sideways action rather than actually really breaking it. What we also have is this trend line over here that could also potentially serve as a support. So this is not a bad thing at all. Now, of course, breaking above the 53,000, I strongly believe that this would be your green light to be expecting at least the 56,000 to be met once again. And once we are there, this is where we're going to have to reevaluate and see what is happening, especially on RSI level, to see whether it is going to reject. Entering this orange line or orange box and then bringing it down would potentially bring us back to one of these 50,000 areas, and this is where we're gonna have to reevaluate again on that time. But except for this, this chart is actually looking really healthy. There's not a lot to say about it. What has happened is slowly building up some support. The RSI looks rather strong, having higher lows, especially with this area over here. I would like to see at least the higher low formation hold over this one. Breaking this one, not a big deal in my opinion, but really I would like to see at least this one to hold. So yeah, potentially bringing it down, finding support over here in this area would just confirm the continuation for an uptrend, and that would be perfect. So where would you set your stop losses? What would you do? Where would you change your biases? Potentially for me, it's still the same as yesterday. The 46,500, breaking this one, we are going down to the next level. Breaking here down below the 43,000, this is where I would actually start looking more for for support in the lower area at about 38,000 or 35,000. But all this is very premature. It's way too early to be judging these things right now. This is actually looking like more continuation rather than actually a meltdown. But, I have been wrong before, and I do admit this. So, don't trade opinions, trade levels, and just remember to go slowly and carefully. Okay, now, apart from that, I would like to look at the daily chart. because the daily chart also had its problems. Right now, we are still posturing a higher high, higher low, and a new higher high formation. So then again, you know, this area over here, this one over here, this would be one of the levels that we don't want to see get broken. 48,000, especially on the daily. Closing below that would be already some pressure to the downside, but the worst is breaking the 45,000. Getting a closure under 45,000, this would actually confirm a downtrend, because then we have our let me see if I can move it like this. Yeah, then we have our high, we have our low, we have our lower high, followed by a lower low, and this is actually a downtrend. And you know, this could be an issue. So as long as we are holding above, let's say, first and foremost, 48,400, I'm really happy. If we find some support lower and we don't break the 45,000, things still rather okay, still solvable, but just caught in between ranges, and that would be some more sideways action. But breaking below the 45,000, I would actually hold my breath, and this is why, in my opinion, the 45,000 area should be the area that you really want to keep your eyes on. This is the one that needs to be defended for this entire structure to remain in a healthy uptrend posture, or at least, you know, a healthy recovery. Okay, so all that being said, Bitcoin for now, there is not much more to say than just that. You know, keep your eyes on the price. Don't go overly too enthusiastic with it. We still are not in the clear. The clear zone is once we break above the orange box over here, or the reddish box. This is where we are actually seeing continuation, and a real breakout is going to happen. So yeah, the most important areas to keep your eyes on, I think, are the 58,000 area and the 45,000 area. This is where the major confirmation is going to come from. But that doesn't mean that for now you cannot be making good trades. You know, on a short term, I really feel that this formation is looking really nice, and yeah. Honestly, I don't know what else to say. Accumulation and distribution. Right now, we are full on in the green zone again. So this is really good. A little bit angled over, but you see this happened over here as well, happened over here as well. For now, it looks rather okay. But remember, this is still experimental. I have not been working since too long with this indicator. So yeah, you know, still trying to get the feel of it, and trying to find ways to maximize its potential. Yeah, that's actually the words that I was looking for. Awesome, maximizing the potential. Cool, so let's have a quick look at the US dollar. Let's look at the DXY. And like I said yesterday, DXY was looking really good, is actually recovering very strongly. The only issue that I see right here on the short term is that there is a potential bearish divergence over here. So maybe a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of correction to the downside. But all in all, I think all this smells like roses, and the dollar is going to try to pull through. So yeah, good news for all people holding on to dollars. Is this going to affect Bitcoin? Quite frankly, I'm not really sure that we're playing that game anymore. Right now, I have a feeling that that Bitcoin is writing its own story. But you know, it's always fun to look at these things because sometimes you might be spotting some sort of correlation, and when these assets do start to correlate, then usually it tends to stay like this for a little while. So, you know, always interesting to keep our eyes on that. Let's look at E-mini futures, because like I said yesterday, E-mini futures is looking like there are some troubles on the horizon. Right now, this formation for the short term is looking actually really good. On the RSI, let's see, because it's like splitting hairs. We got 71.31 and 71.617. Okay, technically, this is a bearish divergence. It's really minute. But we do have a green candle, so the game has not been played out. We could see a little bit more pressure up to correct all this and to allow E-minis just to go back, take some new support and then go back up for the races. That makes me feel like maybe I should be looking at some higher time frames on the dollar, because yeah, no, dollar is actually looking really good. Makes me doubtful. Over here on the 5-hour time frame, although the E-mini futures is looking not as good as the 1 hour. So yeah, maybe the correlation with the dollar is going to win it on this one here. Maybe traditional markets are going to have some more pressure down. So yeah, let's put a pin in it. Let's look at this tomorrow. Let's see if it goes down. I'm going to put a little arrow like this. And then we'll see tomorrow if it played out to the downside or if it continues to the upside. But honestly, I think if I have to choose which chart I prefer, I think right here and now, it's the chart of the dollar. The dollar chart really looks like it's putting in quite some effort. Maybe we want to look at the 12-hour chart. 12-hour chart, same thing. This looks like a healthy recovery. So yeah, it's actually really beautiful. Now, finally, to round it up, and for all the people who have low attention span, I think this is going to be your favorite video because we went through it so quickly. But yeah, you know, what more is there to say? If you have a nice chart, and it's been days that we have been looking at how nicely this chart slowly is building up its momentum. Now, it's just a pleasure to see it actually play out the way we were hoping it would. Now, yeah, the dominance is not doing too great. That's for sure. It looks like maybe there is some sort of hope at the end of the tunnel. Looks like it's swooping out, but all the EMAs, all the moving averages are inverted. Now, the altcoins that have been doing good are usually the major players right now. Like Stellar has been doing okay, Tron, Ethereum is in a recovery. We got Link really shining. Tezos, same thing. Strange that Uniswap and Aave, Maker, and Compound are a little bit in the red. But apart from that, most coins are actually doing really well. So yeah, that's more or less it for today, guys. Let's go back and have a look at our Bitcoin chart on the 1 hour chart. And yeah, there you go, guys. These are the levels that I would be keeping my eyes on. And on the bottom, we also see a trend emerging. There we go. So yeah, let's see which one of those lines is going to hold. If you like channels, there is this one over here that is also rather interesting. Something like this. There we go. Voila. And yeah, this is more or less it for today, guys. Now, I know that this is actually a short video. It's not usually like that. Oh, there's one more reward. Croyer, my friend. I didn't see you in there. Cool. Hope this was helpful for you. There's the last code of today, so enjoy it. It's WO-BGPZC. Oh my God, that's a tongue wrestling. CZ, no, ZC. BGPZC. There you go. Awesome. So yeah, guys, keep your eyes on the chart on the next progression. Is it going to go down? I think this is just some more opportunity to pick up some more tokens. The levels of interest would be on the way down right here, the 49,000. On the way up, I would be aiming more or less for 56,000 more or less, rejecting the orange zone over here sitting between 56,500 and 58,500. This is where a nice larger pullback is going to happen, but potentially just coming back to one of these areas. So there you go, guys. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching. I hope this wasn't too short. This was actually a really easy analysis because it's just continuation of what we've been talking about yesterday. If you missed the video yesterday, don't worry about it. Every day I tend to stream live at about 5:30 p.m. UTC, so that's the 0 GMT time zone. If you are interested in following me, then remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. And please, I thank you very much for the likes. It's always fun to log off and to see likes popping up and stuff. It helps the algorithm decide whether my content is relevant or not. So yeah, if you like that content, that little click does a lot for me, and I cannot thank you enough. So on this note, I will bid you adieu. I will see you guys tomorrow, and let's see which of all these things actually did play out. Also, feel free in the comment section to write down your biases. What are you expecting? Are you expecting the orange zones just to break? Because basically, if we look at the volume of this area over here, basically getting above 52,000 would be a lot easier to expect continuation because of how shallow this volume is over here. Then on the way down, we actually have some nice volume defending the lower area. So, if I have to choose and if I have to put my probability scale, like going down, going up, I think the going down has a lot less probability than the going upside. Now, of course, keep in mind that the market will do what the market wants to do, and those areas are just key areas to expect where it's going to start speeding up and where we cannot expect a quick reversal anymore. Same thing for the upside. The more of those levels we are going to break, the harder it's going to go. Okay, so on that note, again, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel. Take care of your friends, take care of your family, and of course, don't forget to do your own analysis and take care of your own positions. Tomorrow, I hope you guys are in profit. Have a good one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.